Okay, so let's talk about postpartum essentials. Things you need to survive what is arguably the hardest 4 to 6 weeks of your life. First thing we're going to talk about is prenatal care. I'm an RN and I also just had my third baby, so I kind of have both perspectives here when recommending these things to you. And this time I went with these Always Discreet Depends instead of just relying on underwear the first few weeks with a pad. And these are actually pretty cute. They fit really nicely, and I felt kind of cool in these. They are scented, which is not suitable for sensitive skin. To getting a really good peri bottle, something that actually has a good angle to get there and clean everything really nicely. The one that they give you at the hospital is not sufficient. It's just a squirt bottle. This actually has a nice angle. Get yourself this. I'll link it in my Amazon storefront. This is $9.99, I believe. That brings me to some instant ice packs for your perineum, preferably one that has a pad so that you can just pop it right into your Depends adult brief, and it feels so good, especially if you do have any tearing. Okay, another thing that I did and totally recommend, did this with every pregnancy, even the last two when I didn't tear, was using tucks, just lining the top of my ice pack in a bunch of tucks pads. These are witch hazel, and yes, they are hemorrhoid pads, but they have multiple purposes and they're great for putting the perineum in the rectal area. The front is just these Low hot or cold packs that you can open up, heat up, or cool, and they're long and they're reusable so that they can go inside of your underwear or your brief. Something I continue to use and will be using for quite some time is some Low nursing pads. These are great. I have a bunch next to my bed and my nightstand and my diaper bag, all over the house, in my nursing pillow in the pocket here, which I'll talk about. This is the My Breast Friend. This is awesome because it buckles around you. It's nice and flat. It's got two little bumps. It's kind of funny. They almost remind me of breasts, but they can help kind of your baby's head up for optimal support. A lot of people do find that this is not enough, like it just goes really low in your lap. So putting a couple pillows underneath so that you can really get that good position and not put any strain on your neck or your shoulder. Some Low hot and cold therapy packs, a must-have once your milk comes in. You will be asking your husband, your partner, someone, a neighbor, to throw these in the microwave once your milk comes in. Express some milk before baby can even latch at one point because your boobs get so hard. And that is also when people tend to get mastitis, when their milk really starts to come in and it gets so hard, and your baby only eats so much because their stomachs are tiny. So you need to express just the right amount to help soften the tissue so baby can latch without telling your breasts to make a ton more milk by pumping 4 ounces in each breast. Don't do that. I don't care what people say. You will continue to have a really bad problem, and then you will get mastitis. Soothies, these are amazing. These are a lifesaver. Obviously, try and correct that latch as soon as your baby comes out. This is Mother Love nipple cream. You can also use it for your lips, on calluses, all sorts of things. This is also lanolin free. So the first ingredient is Ola Europaea, which is basically extra virgin olive fruit oil, beeswax, shea butter, marshmallow root extract, calendula flower extract, which is great for stretch marks, and a ton of other, it has a ton of great properties. But yeah, so this is baby safe and feels amazing, has multiple purposes. This is something that I think is so important to have next to your nightstand with your breastfeeding pillow and your diaper bag, because you are going to use all of it. Freedom makes a breast massager as well. It also has a heat function, so this is great for clogged ducts. Clogged ducts is what leads to mastitis, and I did experience a couple clogged ducts when my milk came in. Helping pump and massaging works great. For those that might not really know a good technique or just feels uncomfortable massaging themselves, this is great. This is for you. More breastfeeding essentials is these Willow cups that you can just slide in For the first few months, I would say, when you're feeding your baby on one breast, you're gonna have some letdown on the other, and this way you can collect at least ½ ounce, 2 ounces for some girls, and store them in a container in the fridge, and then after the day's over, store that in your freezer, and you are saving milk without even working that hard. Hoka is also a great thing to have if you are trying to express a little bit before getting baby to latch. Also great just to use as a pump. Anytime you're feeding one breast, you can hop it on the other, and it works really, really, really well. Get the one with the lid, that way you can pop it on, and then 35-45 minutes if you're feeding the baby on the other boob, you can just pop it on the other breast, and you still have all that milk and it's covered. So, and last but not least, nutrition when you're breastfeeding is so important. But more than anything, just hormonal regulation. There's so many hormonal shifts that go on after you have a baby. And so keep using your prenatal. I did some research and I loved using the Thorne Basic Prenatal when I was pregnant. Just it had all the vitamins I was looking for and a good strength. And it's not like a super processed vitamin. It's affordable. I love Thorne's vitamin. I love their products. Thorne is a great vitamin brand. So this isn't just for breastfeeding moms, this is for all women in their postpartum period. So your omega-3 is super important, the DHA and the EPA, so important for hormonal regulation and lowering inflammation in the body. We have choline, super important for brain development. I know that my prenatal vitamin has some choline. This is a 600 milligram dose, and it's also alpha GPC. So this version of choline, there's a couple different types of choline out there. This is the best kind to get. This is 600 milligrams, which is really more than you need. I think the recommendation is 200 milligrams, which is like in 1 or 2 eggs. But this is just a nice, safe way to make sure you're getting enough choline. It's so essential for brain development in babies, and it's also so great for your brain after it's going through so much transformation when you're postpartum. And that is everything that I absolutely swear by when you're postpartum, and I hope that this helps a new mom out there, a few of you guys, or a ton of moms. And just remember when you're about to have your baby that it is a very short experience, labor. Don't be afraid that it'll only lay things and add stress to your body and your baby. You are built to birth. We have been doing this for thousands of years, thousands of years, and you've got this. You'll be holding your baby in no time, and best of luck.